My shop is not clean anymore.
It runs!
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, in my previous video, I was cleaning up this entire shop here and making room for a big project that was coming up very soon. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a project. Check it out. With my very own Hummer, 2008 Hummer H3 V8 Hummer. This thing is a completely awesome vehicle. As you can see, this thing is a little bit scraped up, like the roof here. Pretty well dented, side mirror broken off. Back fender flare here is completely broken out. Ooh, the windshield over here is totally busted also. This thing, we were pulling a trailer with this thing, pulling our skid loader, which is like a 4,000 pound machine, down the road at 55 miles an hour with no brakes on that trailer. Yeah, with the skid loader slightly back too far on that trailer. Yeah, you know what happens? That trailer started fishtailing, dragged this Hummer, the rear end of this Hummer, around, spun us completely around on the road, and we rolled over into the ditch. Snapping off the mirror, making the airbags in this thing go off, blowing out a tire, completely destroying the trailer, bending the rack that was on top of this thing, and messing up a few other things. The fender, the front of the thing was a little messed up before. Basically, it was just, it pretty much, in an insurance company's way, it totaled the vehicle. But we got a spare tire on this thing. We got the engine unlocked because the engine was locked up, hydro-locked, because oil was in the cylinders after it was upside down. And got it running again, took it out down our lane at about 35 miles per hour. The rear end's totally fine, so nothing in the drivetrain got damaged, all the gears worked fine. Everything is totally fine on this machine. The engine runs great, a little smoky since there's oil in it, but this thing is completely sound as far as the drivetrain and everything. So the owner thought about just selling the whole vehicle, but he was only able to get $6,500 for the entire machine. And the engine and transmission are worth $6,000 if you sell them, $3,000 a piece. So instead of doing that, it's like, let's try to fix this thing. He got an estimate from a body shop $14,000. That included a new paint job, but still, $14,000 to fix a dented roof, you know, a few side panels, stuff like that. And like that was, and plus labor and everything. That's expensive, and you might as well not do that for the price of this thing. But he gave it to us to work on, not give it to us, but he let us have it to fix it all up and make it work. So far, the rack, basically right here, was pushed down. The rack completely dented. As you can see, the rest of this is flawless condition. But the rack is mounted to these things, completely bent down and pushed this entire roof in. As you can see, it's kind of damaged on the front, on the back side of this thing too. Pulled the headliner out, pulled the airbags out, pulled the sunroof out, and then we started pounding on this jack and jacked it up, jacked up on these points right here, and got that big dent out. But still, it's still pretty rough. So we're going to try, he bought us a hammer and dolly set to try to flatten out as much as we could. Also, we're getting a dent puller here in the future, ideally, to pull out a few more dents. Like right there in the corner, it's pretty dented, something like that. It's a place that we really can't get to. But I'm going to try to get that as good as we can with hammer and dolly, and just put a really thin layer of Bondo over the top of this thing, and make it, sand it all down, repaint it, and make it like just like glass, super smooth. Also going to get new windshields, all this thing is pretty much broken. The structurally it's still pretty good, but as you can see it's cracked in multiple places on this thing too. But yeah, so then the front and the end of this thing, he had hit a deer previously with this, which kind of broke out the headlight and the side fender here. Took all this off, and we're gluing all this up too. Glued the grill on right here. As you can see, it was kind of, this right here broke out in the accident. So we JB welded all that back together, cleaned the sunroof all up, and then now also for more front pieces there. The tire on the back end here, the spare tire is on it right now, but this tire right here, you can see there's a big gouge right about there in the tire, where we're thinking the trailer hitch, when it came unhooked from the ball hitch, swung around and banged into the tire. So surprisingly, that rim is not bent and just not destroy the tire. So I'm going to be getting two new tires for the back of that to make a match. And the other full-size tire will be on the spare. So then we'll have a full-size spare now. Right now that spare tire is about 2 inches smaller than the regular tires. Other than that, though, you know, new airbags, new seat belts, new mirror, pound out the dents in the sunroof and fixed a few body panels, and it's pretty much ready to go. Still got a lot of work to do, but you know, gotta finish the roof and everything. But this is just kind of a update video showing you what I got in my shop. You probably saw a video. A lot of my cameras did not record when the tow truck brought it here, but a couple of them did. So I'll roll some of that footage in the beginning so you can see that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. We've had it for about a week and a half now, and got a ton of work done on it. But you know, it's obviously gonna need some new paint here. It's pretty scuffed up. A few scratches there and right there, the big scratch. The mirror, like I said, under airbags on the way. You got new seatbelts on the way, but the seatbelts locked up as well. But yeah, so other than that, that is pretty much this whole back fender flare right here with the gas cap was totally cracked and broken out. So we're in the process of regluing this all and making this all perfect again. But other than that, this thing is pretty much perfect still. I mean, all the doors still function, no windows cracked in the doors, which is amazing. They rolled over. Right here is a little concerning. It's a little bit bowed down right here where these two front brackets are for the rack. That's a little concerning. Hopefully it's not too bent, but should be able to fix that if it's not. But yeah, so a couple days we'll be getting new airbags, new seat belts, and a new mirror, which will be all installed on that on camera, so you guys can see. I haven't really shown that much just because it's taken a while and the process is pretty slow doing like pounding all those dents. We spent like 3 days pounding that roof out and it's still not done yet, so probably not gonna be filming much more on the roof until we start like bondoing it and painting it. But the rest of the stuff, airbags, seat belts, the side mirror, definitely gonna bring you guys along for that. Definitely gonna show you the whole entire process and then driving this thing around in the big snow that we have out here. Just got a ton of snow, probably about a foot or so in places. That'll be super awesome with this thing. It's 4-wheel drive, rear end lock, everything. V8, so much power. So fun to drive. But thanks for watching Exciting Technology. Be sure to subscribe and like this video to follow this project. And I will see you next time.
Bye.